Greetings, folks. Welcome back to another Run 8 Train Simulator video. Today, we've got some more content. They still be cooking over at Run 8 Studios. This is going to be MP15 Pack 3. So I didn't look at Pack 2 because, well, it didn't really stand out, maybe aside from the NS unit and the SP unit. But Pack 3 did, and we'll go over that shortly. But you're going to get a BN patched, SP patched, a very spicy GMTX flag livery. I think it was number 220 in real life that got that paint. And then a CSX hockey stick, or YN2. It's going to be $20. Now, with the repaints, you know, there are some things that go into these besides just repaints, which we'll go over in just a hot minute. But $15 maybe, I'd say, would be a bit of a more fair price in my humble, very extremely poor opinion, which is also why I don't have Pack 2 as well. But anyway, let's hop into it and take a look. There were a couple of patch notes in your updater that you can take a look at. Namely, air braking was corrected and a few other things. But I'll link that, as always, down below underneath the video if you want to go and take a look at that for yourself. But let's take a look at these locos. All right, then, we are at the Roseville Yard on essentially the Donner Pass route. We'll name it that. Left to right, GMTX, CSX, BN patch, and SP patch. And this place would be perfect to not only run the GMTX, which is what's good about this pack, is you could essentially run that thing anywhere as it's a lease, you know, from a lesser company. And then the SP unit down there, which is patched. This is SP's home turf, essentially, that UP, of course, runs and operates now to this very day. But these are the four that you're going to get in the pack. And they did interest me mainly because it's beautiful, piping hot, buttery biscuit in front of us. The GMTX with the stars and the bars. Old glory. The thing looks epic. I love special American flag themed liveries on locomotives. I mean, who doesn't? Unless you're not American. Even then, they still look cool, you must admit. But we've got the CSX YN2 or hockey stick, the BN patch, the SP patch as well. And they do have lots and lots of differences. So first things first, this is GMTX or GATX here, which is a rail car and power lesser. Now, the reporting marks are GMTX or LLPX for power, essentially, so that's why this one is GMTX, although the numbers are wrong. Yes, it's supposed to be 220, but it's run 8. Alas, what you gonna do? I mean, you can number it 220, of course, but and then they'll name GATX for the reporting marks on tankers, and then they've even got reporting marks for different various types of rail cars, so they're not always the same. So that's why some people may be like, well, is this GATX or GMTX? It's just kind of confusing, and they have a lot of them. Now, they lease an absolute mega F-ton of power. I don't even know how much. It's got to be in the thousands. They lease all kinds of stuff from, you know, Jeeps, SDs. I think more modern. They have, no, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't have any modern, like, wide cab type stuff, but they got some older stuff, a lot of road switchers and things like that, and a lot of different variety for these things. But this here, I guess, supposed to be the MP15 DC. Now, this was painted. I don't know when this was painted, actually. I do know that it was, what was it, CCSX or CSSX, and then I think Canadian Pacific's engine until GMTX or GATX got a hold of it and painted it in this glorious paint. Because as a lot of you know, or some of you that may not, that's fine as well. The usual GMTX liveries are very nice on their own. I mean, you've got kind of the black top and the blue bottom here, which stand out. And it's just very, very clean. So you can still see that. And this just makes me think, like, when you think of the CSX heritable units, like, the GMTX stuck with their colors, right? And then they added that, and it just friggin' works. It fits. It's so clean. And then, you know, you look at a lot of the CSX stuff, and it's like, what on earth were they thinking? So that's this rad dude right here. It looks absolutely amazing. I think this livery here is supposed to be 220, which is an MP15 DC. and I think that unit was built in 1976. So it's kind of the special unit of the pack. You can hear the crunching of the ballast under our feet here. This one, of course, is the second favorite of mine, which is why I did indeed pick this pack up after all. Hockey stick, or YN2. So a lot of these were largely ex-Seaboard, Seaboard Coastline, L&N, etc. I don't know what this one is supposed to be based on. I would probably take a stab at the L&N. I don't know the number range. If you do, as always, please let me know in the comments below. I love knowing stuff like that in the history of where these locomotives come from, because none of these are original. I mean, the SP, they did get some. They got about a dozen, I think. You know, but even then, now it's UP. So that's like the only original one right there, you know, as built. So anyway, this thing is just absolutely glorious. It's just the best CSX livery ever. That's not an opinion. That is a fact. The Gray Ghost looks pretty cool too. But it is, man. It's all time. And they do look really nice as well. They're stepping up their game in the paint and the weathering department, because these do look very, very nice. They're just worn, beaten, you know, sun faded. You've even got some weathering on the trucks, you know, the fuel tank, all that. It's just, you know, it's not plain Jane anymore, and they do look very, very nice. We'll go into all the intricacies of each locomotive here in a minute, because there are many. Look at this thing, man. This thing looks like it died in a grease fire and then was dropped in the top of a volcano. I love it. It looks incredible. I love the weathering and just rust and just all kinds of crumminess. This thing looks like it was used immensely, and that does show here. So this is the BNSF patch unit. As you can see, the BNSF down in their big, bold, bean-sniffing letters there at the bottom. The old Burlington Northern patch would have been up there, and I believe there's still stripes on the cab end, the glass outside as well, which is pretty cool. But these were all, of course, absorbed from BN, SLSF before that, a couple others, I think, and there's all kinds of little intricacies with this one as well. And last but certainly not least is the UP or SP patched UP unit, which of course was absorbed from Southern Pacific. It still looks exactly like it, just like the BN unit. But Southern Pacific or SP did originally own 12 of these bad boys. So out of the whole pack here, these are the originals right here, the OG triple OGs. I think they did own about 11 or 12. But there's all kinds of little varieties. We'll hop up in the air here and take a little peeky poo. You zoom out, and this thing, God almighty, look at the rust. That looks really good. And I hate always relying on the thing that I say, oh, well, for run 8 it looks good. I mean, it still does. I still stand by that. But, it, you know, for run 8 it looks really, really good. It's been stepped up in that department. I do concur. It looks very nice. So on this unit, you'll see there are no MU ports on the front nor the back. This does have the low ditch lights. I believe all of these do, except for, yep, GATX has got them high boys. So no MU ports. As you can see, it's got a remainder. It's got 1/3 of the original lighting, because SP was nuttier than a squirrel turd when it came to their lighting. I want to say the actual headlight bulbs, like these are the normal ones, and then there were some over here that were a little bit different, and then this one in the middle was the red marker. And then they had the same on the back as well. So that's what remains. UP was like, all right, we got to get rid of all of that. We're going to try and normalize it or sanitize it as much as possible, sadly. But I can't stop looking at the rust on this thing. This looks glorious. I mean, it makes sense where these things run. A lot of snow, a lot of salt, things like that. So, yeah, I can see them rusting to hell and back, and it looks absolutely chad. It still sucks that we've got the you know, the house roof kind of peak look to the the nose of the long hood. But that's just, you know, you just got to deal with it. I don't think that's going to get fixed, sadly. I've heard that, like, some of the bits and pieces for this unit were actually stolen from some other locomotives, like the long hood on, like, the Chivos down there, for example. I think it's that, and it was like retweaked or something. I heard it. I don't know if it's true. who knows? But it, you know, when you think about it, it kind of does resemble that. But anyway, still got the same two stacks. It's got your electrical box right here, which all of them have, except for the Jolly Green Giant does not. It's got the steps all the way across the top. This one is unique as well for the number boards. They are up top on the brow, which is kind of cool. They've got the black backing, got your 3 chime up top. Your aerial is the old, I call it the ice skate down there. And then you've got the same with the lights back here. Some were removed. That is all that is left. And then just down here is the painted on number. Got your ditch lights as well. And again, no MU cables. You know, paint wise, everything looks good. The logos look great. The font looks great. I just love how just bitch slapped this thing looks. It looks really, really good. The UP coming through on there. They, you know, I feel like they, you know, it's their unit. They could do whatever the hell they wanted to when they got it. But I feel like BNSF kind of blended a bit better than UP, you know, from gray and red and white. Nope, yellow and red. But anyway, you got the shield on there, the old school shield. Units have markers and decals and things like that where applicable. High voltage, sand, hot air may come out of cabinet. I think that's somewhere over here. There's your handbrake. Okay, maybe this one doesn't have the hot air. It's got the F for the front. Diesel fuel markers, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, very nice. They are all different in their own right. As far as the interior, I believe they're all going to be the same. I went ahead and took a little peeky poo before recording, and they are all the same, save for some markings such as Uncle Pete right there and Uncle Pete right there and your numbers. And I didn't notice this before, but there's actual you know, brake hose pieces in here, some extras, so that's kind of cool. I didn't realize that on the first pack, or maybe I did and I just, my goldfish memory got the better of me. But that is your XSP UP pack. I love the way that thing looks. It looks incredible. And it would be right at home here. I mean, you could use it here, of course, anywhere else in the SoCal region, etc. And then we've got Jolly Green Giant Bean Sniffer. Again, this looks really, really good weather-wise. You can see the different shades of paint and green. Just some absolutely beat weathering. Just rust, all kinds of crap. It looks really, really nice. Now, they all have essentially the same bell location. As mentioned, that one's got the brow number boards and a 3 chime up top. This one has a single chime underneath. It's got a different aerial up there aside from the skate. This one does not have the electrical box, as you can see. Let's see. Oh, there's the hot air sticker. Okay, I'm full of hot air, so I need a sticker myself for that. So yeah, it's not on this unit. That's cool. I thought it was on all the units. So there are, you know, there are differences. I'm sure it takes a little time having to fix these things in and out. They're all going to have the same stacks, if I'm not mistaken. Some painted, some weathered, etc. Again, the interior is going to be the same, save for some markings on there, BNSF, and all that good stuff. They are MU capable. They have the hoses. You can see the old stripes kind of slightly coming through. I would have liked, you know, and who gives a damn what I would have liked, but I would have liked if that was a little bit cleaner, and you could have seen those stripes a bit better, because that was kind of like, you know, BN's hallmark in this era, and it would have looked really, really nice. They've got their unique and specific number boards and lighting as well. Black backlit number boards, and the fronts are on the nose. And I think that is about all the difference between these first couple. Next up, YN2 CSX livery. Gosh. I wish they would just go back to this instead of the blue with the friggin' yellow nose. It's just so unoriginal. This was original. This is glorious. Anyway, low ditch lights does have multiple unit capability. We've got the white back number boards and the black numbers on there. It's got the headlights on the nose. Got another 3 chime up on the roof. This one's got the electrical box as well. Back here you'll see the same number boards. Pop, pop, pop. This one's got a little teeny tiny. This thing looks like it would break in a stiff breeze. Very, very tiny aerial or antenna. And I think that about does it for the CSX one. It does say MP15. Denotes what engine it is. Got the American flag. Bless CSX for that. Always been rocking those, which is kind of cool. You know, UP as well. But, you know, some of these other roads could pick up on that. And this glorious beast right here. This is almost worth it entirely. I mean, yes, it's... one could say just a paint. But damn, that boy looked good right there. Very nice. Again, slightly different lighting. It's got the upper ditch lights, whereas like the rest of these have the lower or mid. Actually, I think those are more mid. Yeah, it'd be like mid. So these are upper, more appropriate to the era for safety regulations and things like that. MU capable, so it's got the connectors down there. Black number boards with white numbers. Headlights are where they should be. It's got a bunch of stickers. As usual, I'm trying to see. This one says MP15 on the back as well. Font looks good on the GMTX. You know, and the Stars and Stripes bit are really, really straight, even though there's kind of venting in there. It kind of overlaps that a tiny, tiny bit. But you can't really tell. It looks really, really darn good. It's so pretty. And one of the biggest things with this unit is the air conditioning box up on top here. You can see the fan down in there. This has got a 3 chime as well, hanging in the brow, kind of like that SP unit. Electrical box as well in the middle there. And little baby tiny aerial antenna as well. But yeah, same ditches on the back. But that is your pack, guys. It's got the different diamond plating as well, so that's painted like a black. It's more gray. That's Rust-Oleum. And then Rust-Oleum as well. But that is your pack, guys. The new MP15 pack for Run 8 Train Simulator. And this is a cool pack. We got some patched units, some leasing stuff that you can use just about anywhere. And they look good. Not saying none of the other ones look good, but these really stuck out when I saw them, and I was like, yep, gotta get them. They all, I could all definitely use these because it's kind of, all of Run 8 is kind of in that transitional era between a lot of these Class 1s to other Class 1s and absorptions and things like that. So I feel like this pack works. I hope this is the last pack. There's probably going to be another one, I would imagine, but I'd love to see something else. I don't know what, maybe like a Norfolk Southern -9 or a 38 or who knows. I don't know, but these are cool. Happy to have them. $20. I'll link down below where you can go and pick it up if you want to see for yourself. But that's it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching.